What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date and keep you informed with everything that the government does. Now, I talk a whole lot about the corporate press. I call them the mainstream narrative machine. So in case you don't know, in case you're new to the channel and you hear me refer to something as the mainstream narrative machine, yeah, that's the corporate press, the mainstream media. These people lie through their freaking teeth all the damn time, and it's no surprise that they're lying once again about Hunter Biden. We've talked at length about Hunter Biden on this channel in case you guys didn't know. There is a whole lot there. We've got Joe Biden's impeachment inquiry currently ongoing right now, and as a matter of fact, I just covered the other day, good old Merrick Garland, our Attorney General, has outright refused to turn over the Joe Biden Robert Hur interview audio tapes to the Oversight Committee, denying oversight to your representatives, folks. These people represent you in Congress, and they're supposed to have oversight. The federal government and the executive branch, essentially the same thing, is supposed to allow the people's government to oversee everything they're doing. That's part of checks and balances. But I've said a lot in the past. You look at these stories that I've covered, and the checks and balances are outright gone, y'all. The Biden administration is a rogue administration. They do not care about oversight. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anything at all, it seems like, except lining their own pockets and doing whatever the hell they want to further their agenda. And right now, Biden is way down in the polls. His approval rating is in the gutter. We saw that poll on my last video where Trump is up. That was a CNN poll, by the way. I know those are generally skewed to the left. So the fact that it was skewing towards Trump so bad, that's a very bad sign. We've got all these protests on college campuses. These people don't like Biden. They were screaming FJB. I saw a video where a bunch of those protesters were, "Fuck Joe Biden." It was nuts. Not a MAGA hat to be seen, by the way. Not a single one. So we have a large wing of the Democratic Party not liking Joe Biden very much right now. Nobody likes Joe Biden very much right now. Because I do believe the American people have seen enough. They've heard enough. They've dealt with enough from the Biden administration. We've seen all the evidence. Some people deny the evidence. Sure, go ahead. You have the right to deny that evidence. But there was a big bribery scheme going on. We know what happened. Joe Biden got the prosecutor fired.
Both the ranking member and the gentlelady from Texas said there was no evidence. Let me give you some evidence. It's called the 1023 form that the confidential human source gave to the FBI that they recorded in this form. Remember the facts here. Hunter Biden is asked by the people, the head of Burisma, this Ukrainian energy company, to weigh in on their behalf to relieve the pressure that the prosecutor in Ukraine is applying to the company. They're doing that because they want to do a big IPO offering and expand their business. He's asked to weigh in. He immediately calls D.C. Mr. Archer, when he testified, said he actually called, one time he said he called Vice President Biden. Here's what the confidential human source related in the 1023 form, again, that the FBI tried to keep from us, but we finally got. They meaning Burisma, hired Hunter Biden to, quote, protect us through his dad from all kinds of problems. Now, this is the confidential human source, by the way. In one of these 90 different depositions and interviews we have done in this committee, Scott Brady, U.S. Attorney in Pittsburgh, said, U.S. Attorney in Pittsburgh, tasked by the Justice Department to evaluate information regarding Burisma, the Bidens, and Ukraine, said, we found this confidential human source to be credible. In fact, he said in that deposition, we looked at where he was and his schedule when these meetings took place and found that he was in those locations meeting with these people. So they checked him out and found him to be credible. And here's what the confidential human source further said in this document that the FBI recorded. Due to Shokin's investigation into Burisma, it would have substantial negative impact on Burisma's prospective IPO in the United States. It'd be problematic to raise capital, given in Shokin's investigation into Burisma. Again, Shokin is the guy Joe Biden fired. And how did he do it? He leveraged American tax dollars. He says, you're not getting the money unless you fire the guy. He did this 3 days after his son calls him at the request of Zlochevsky, the guy who's talking to the confidential human source who the FBI recorded in this form that the FBI didn't want to give us. And that's the section that the gentlelady from Texas wants removed from the report. Now, why would that be? Why would she want to remove that section? That seems to be the heart of the matter. Politician taking actions that benefit his family financially and using American tax dollars to accomplish that end. Again, not Jim Jordan saying it. We have Joe Biden saying it. He said it on tape.
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch.
Now we know why he wanted him fired, because the confidential human source told us. Again, why we couldn't see this, why we had to push so hard to finally get this information, I don't know. But what I do know is the confidential human source understood that Zlochevsky had already paid the Bidens to, quote, deal with Shokin.
Yeah, so that happened. You can't deny that that didn't happen. And why did that happen? Because Hunter Biden asked his dad to get this prosecutor fired because he was investigating the very company that Hunter Biden was working for. And they were bribing money from these people, right? Hunter Biden technically is a lawyer. He's not part of the bar association, so he can't really work as a lawyer anymore. But he was on their board as a consultant. Consulting on what? Freaking art? Give me a freaking break. This dude has done a lot of bad things in his lifetime, and he expects us to believe he's some upstanding citizen, right? He refused to show up to the Oversight Committee's hearing. Had contempt charges almost put on him. He shows up to that hearing. Like, what are you doing, dude? Really? Just show up. He finally capitulated and showed up to this thing, but he showed up to the closed-door meeting. He didn't show up to the committee hearings. Like, what is this guy really doing? And now, Hunter Biden demands that Fox News remove intimate images from its platforms. Oh my God, here we go. Another person suing Fox News, right? Like, hey, but, hey, sue them into oblivion, if you will. I could care less about freaking Fox News. They are part of the mainstream narrative machine. They might be viewed as opposition media, and, they do have some good commentators over there, but for the most part, no. They're the mainstream, they're corporate press, so I don't care for them all that much. But Hunter Biden is demanding that Fox News remove from its platforms sexually explicit images that President Joe Biden's son says are private, according to a letter obtained by CNN as part of his strategy to publicly fight back against conservative media. This is funny, right? So, hey, by the way, Hunter Biden, in case you see this video, when you leave your laptop at a store and just leave it there, most places have laws that if you just leave your property somewhere for more than X amount of days, like 90 days or 180 days, that much, then it becomes the property of wherever the hell you left it. And when that happens, guess what? Those images are his. And if he wants to post those online, or if he wants to sell those to the mainstream narrative machine, then he has the right to do so. And guess what, buddy? You can't say or do anything about that. So good luck with this lawsuit. The letter sent by attorneys for Hunter Biden to Fox News and Fox Corp alleges conspiracy to defame and unlawful publication of hacked images seeking corrections and retractions on air and in online articles to claims that President Biden and his son engaged in a bribery scheme abroad. Well, hang on. They always say alleged. And guess what? That is true. They do allege that. As a matter of fact, we know for sure there is an impeachment investigation going on into President Joe Biden for that exact thing. So why would they retract their stories? And how do you think you're going to actually win this lawsuit? Or is this some sort of cover for something else? I have no idea, folks, but it doesn't make any sense to me that his lawyers are giving him good advice to go ahead and sue Fox News. Like, do they really think that Hunter Biden can win this, given all the evidence we've laid out? Or all the evidence that has been laid out? Not necessarily me. Yeah, I'm not sure what the motivation for this is, but this is funny. Hunter Biden's legal team has undertaken an aggressive legal and public relations strategy for several months. His lawyers have fired off letters demanding investigations into Hunter Biden's opponents and filed a series of lawsuits against his detractors. Hunter Biden's lawyers say they anticipate suing Fox, but have not yet done so. Huh? This stepped-up strategy by Hunter Biden to defend himself against the onslaught of attacks initially stoked anxiety among some of President Biden's political advisors. But the president has publicly defended his son, who separately faces gun and tax charges in Delaware and California. Hunter Biden has pleaded not guilty to those criminal charges. CNN has reached out to Fox News for comment on the letter, and Fox News probably didn't say a damn thing about it. So, I mean, why defend your son like that? I mean, it's his son, for God's sakes, so maybe so. But, you know, a lot of this evidence, and there's a lot of things in the public realm, if you will, that don't paint Hunter Biden in the best light. Yeah, our first son, by the way, was addicted to crack for a long time. I don't know if it's legal for me to say that. Alleged. So I'm going to say he was allegedly addicted to crack for a long time. That's not a good thing, y'all. You know, overcoming an addiction, that's great. More power to you. But the media outlet aired a mock trial of Hunter Biden on the streaming platform Fox Nation in 2022, focused on the unproven bribery allegations, and published intimate images of Mr. Biden depicting him in the nude as well as engaged in sex acts, according to the letter, which demands that Fox immediately remove these series from all streaming platforms. This is outright funny. Just freaking hilarious to me, if you will, because Hunter Biden left his laptop somewhere, right? And then all of his nude photos get exposed, and he expects them to just take it down? Come on, dude, really? I mean, that was your screw-up, Hunter. That wasn't Fox's screw-up. That wasn't the laptop shop's owner, you know, the laptop repair shop's owner's fault. It wasn't his screw-up. That was yours. You should have never left your laptop there. What kind of idiot? Just blows my mind out of the backside of my head. Fox knows that these private and confidential images were hacked, stolen, and or manipulated digital material. Hunter Biden's attorney wrote in a letter which contains several of the explicit images, some of which were blurred. No. See, that's where the corporate press is lying. I didn't say this earlier when they said it was hacked, but this wasn't hacked. This wasn't Russian disinformation. This was real information.
The first time ever anywhere, the 45th President of the United States of America.
It wasn't hacked. Sorry, you know, opening a laptop and getting in there and seeing photos and then taking those photos off that laptop and giving them to somebody else, that's not hacked. Stolen? No, that's not stolen either, by the way. You left your laptop at the store, right? And it was there for X amount of days, becoming legal property of said store. So, yeah, there goes the corporate press once again, lying to everybody, trying to make you think that, oh, they hacked into this and they stole it, and that Hunter Biden is the victim in this. No, he's not a victim. Look at all the evidence of everything he's done. Yeah, sure, there's no proof. Yeah, it's unproven. That's why it's an allegation, by the way. I love they do that. The corporate press does that crap all the time, especially with Trump. Unproven allegations of fraud in the 2020 election. Yeah, that's what an allegation is. They can't prove it. It's like, come on, people, word your sentences a little bit better. I know I'm not the most eloquent speaker or typer. As a matter of fact, I type like some boomer or something with one finger, one letter at a time. You know, I can't really type all that fast. I was never a really computer whiz, but you know, I do know logic a little bit and I can figure things out. And I can figure out definitely when the corporate press is trying to twist a story around to lie to the American people and trying to paint Hunter Biden in a certain light and Fox News in the opposite light, right? Like, no, there's no story here. There's no lawsuit here. A judge is going to see this and laugh them out of the courtroom. But they have to try to take up for Joe Biden, y'all. They have to. And they don't seem to realize that Joe Biden is a lost cause right now. There's no helping the man. Just look at the guy.
Anyway, and I don't want to, well, maybe choose my words. I was just thinking, anyway, but I just, look, I mean,
he can barely talk. He's not doing well. I don't understand why these people are trying to put him through another presidency. Looking at the guy, he's not going to make it through another presidency, right? Like, serious. I'm not trying to rag on Joe Biden. You know, we rag on Joe Biden enough. But in all seriousness, the guy's getting old. He should be retiring, right? Like, why not retire, dude? Seriously. The guy's, you know, got the Beavis arms or whatever all the time, can barely talk. Why these people are putting Joe Biden through his paces in this highly stressful job, I will never, ever know, because it's elderly abuse, if you will. I'll say that outright. Yeah. And, hey, they were trying to invoke the 25th Amendment on Donald Trump. How come they're not doing that for this? Where's the Republicans to invoke the 25th Amendment for Joe Biden? His mental faculties are obviously failing, right? He's not as sharp as he should be to be the freaking president. The most important person in the world, if you will. You know, a lot of people use that. It's a little bit hyperbolic. He's not the most powerful or important person in the world. He's just a man. He's supposed to be the servant of this country. The top servant, by the way, but still a servant. Yeah, that's what politicians are supposed to serve the American people, especially congressional members. But do they do that? No, they serve the lobbyists, y'all. That's all they seem to do. They could care less about us. They might do stuff every once in a while to keep their approval going, to make you think that, yeah, they're actually trying. Oh, we have a slim majority. Well, you know, it's a self-inflicted slim majority, by the way. Kicking out congressmen for no reason. I say for no reason. You know, they had reason. It wasn't a good reason, but they did have reason. You got Republicans retiring early, for God's sakes. Like, why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all intentionally slimming down your majority? And then you get, like, Mike Johnson coming in and just turning tail and flipping on a dime, turning into a Democrat, essentially, and just totally damaging the reputation of the Republican Party. Yeah, that's what y'all are doing. That's what Republicans are doing. By the way, I'm pissed off at Republicans right now because we can't get anything done. We've got investigations. That's all we've got, y'all. And you know what? Right now, those investigations are absolutely worthless until we get somebody in the Department of Justice who can actually do something. I was going to cover a story earlier of Maria Bartiromo excoriating Jim Jordan, kind of. Talking about, you know, the American people are sick and tired of all these investigations and nothing happens. Well, you know what I have to say to that? These investigations are a good thing, in my opinion. They're not going anywhere because look at who's running the DOJ. It's the Biden administration. They don't care about law and order. They don't care about norms in this country. They don't care about oversight. They don't care about anything, like I said, except doing anything and everything they can for themselves. So, yeah, we can do all the investigations we want to, right? But these investigations turn into criminal referrals that we give to the DOJ. So what point is it to do these investigations and turn these criminal referrals over to the DOJ currently, right? So, Maria, by the way, still talking to you, all of these investigations, they're just going to put all this crap on hold until we get a new attorney general. Once we get a new attorney general under Donald Trump, then, hey, here's all these criminal referrals. Here, go after some people. And I really hope that the Trump administration does, because that's going to give me a lot of fuel for my YouTube channel, if you will. Hopefully, Trump does good when he gets back into office. And hopefully, all of these investigations were not for naught, if you will. Hopefully, that Trump gets in there, they turn all these criminal referrals over, and they actually do something and prosecute some of these criminals that we have in our government currently. That's what I would love to see. You know, don't care about Hunter Biden suing Fox News. If you really want my opinion on that, I could care less. I just wanted to make a video and talk about it because I thought it was freaking hilarious. But let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section. Do you think this is actually going to go anywhere? I doubt it. But let me know what you think. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.